Hey guys, welcome back to this video series, and we're talking about top trading tips from me, tips from other traders, all collated into one place. A big series of videos, a little kind of, well, it's not big, but it's kind of a group of videos that you can go into, dive into, grab and pick out some actionable tips that will make you a better trader. Right, go and check out the last video. We talked a lot about, what did we talk about? Traders' lifestyle, turning the screens off, analyzing trades and behavior, support, that kind of good stuff. Today, or this video, should I say, talking about emotions. Wow, this could be a massive topic, and we will dive into this in the next few weeks and months, much deeper, much more thoroughly. So if this is your kind of thing, give it a thumbs up, because then I can focus on this kind of content in the future. Right, emotions. Okay, so big on this. Don't trade after you've had an argument or a fight. Gosh, I tell you what, the amount of money that must have been lost in the markets after a fight. Some don't necessarily mean a fist fight, but obviously if you're in a fist fight, probably best not to trade after the markets. But I generally mean an argument or a fight with a colleague or spouse or partner or whatever. Basically just anything that, or children or whatever, parents, anything that pulls your emotions. Yeah, you need to kind of just clear that out before you trade. The amount of people that probably have been involved in arguments with their whoever it may be, then come to the desk and they're angry and they're like, I've got to trade now. Well, boy, easy now, because that is going to get you in a lot of trouble. You're going to be from a really emotional state, or the emotional thermometer is going to be on the red line. You're going to be in the back of your mind saying this person's a beep, 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 that kind of thing, whatever it may be, and you're not going to be able to look at the market, because one little tweak from the market, one little nudge of your emotions, which the market's quite good at, one little poke with a stick, and you're going to be in a really dangerous position potentially. So don't trade after a fight or argument. Let it cool off. Even if it takes a whole day, you're going to, honestly, trust me on this one, you will save yourself a lot of money in the long run. It is not the kind of thing that you want to be doing. I'm just going to flick that button there so you can see me a bit clearer. Okay, so the other thing is, I did talk about this in the last one and I've added it again, so I don't need to write on the board. I think it's about 3 videos ago. Go check it out. Avoid taking phone calls, replying to email. I didn't talk about emails, did I? I talked about phone calls specifically. Definitely. God, it's big on this. Avoid emails when you're trading. You notice the theme with all of these things is to keep you in the right frame of mind, guys. You know, it's a difficult game, trading. It's difficult, and you don't need anything that's going to make it harder than it already is. You need to try and be at the top of your game all the time. So what I've got is avoid taking phone calls, replying to emails when you're trading. It may be very tempting to just check that inbox, see if anyone's emailed you during the trading day. But honestly, the best practice you can get is to have a strict time when you check your emails, reply to your emails, check your voicemails, whatever it may be. By all means, have an emergency setting on your phone if you need to be alerted to somebody. I know on an iPhone you can have a do not disturb mode, but you have favorites that the call will come through. But anyone who's calling from not from those favorites won't come through. I'm not sure if that's, I assume it's the same on an Android device, only talking from experience in my own phone. But you can set that and you can say, listen, it's on do not disturb mode. If I get a call from somebody that's important, they know not to call me anyway during the trading hours, but they also know they can get hold of me if there's an emergency. So perhaps if you're a parent, it's the school. Perhaps if you've got a parent, whatever it may be, you know the things that were important to you to have. So that is really important. Avoid taking phone calls, social emails, or replying to those when you're trading. Oh gosh, this is a big one. We have got a lot of other big ones here. This is another big one. And please, this is, if anything, you ignore all the stuff and you think I'm an absolute fool and you don't think any of this is any good, you're probably not here still watching it if you believe that. But if that's the case and you happen to be here, then just listen to this one and then go off and never come back again. And that's fine. But if I can just stop one person from doing this, this would be great. It is only risk what you can afford to lose. Please, this is a big one. Amount of people who go into trading, and I don't know what stage of trading you're at personally. I know we've got some people beginners, some people experienced, fine. It may not apply, you may know this already, but honestly, Only risk what you can afford to lose, because the chances are if you can't afford to lose it, you will lose it. Something in the market will lose you the money and you will obviously be in pain. You know, and I've put a little thing here, don't compromise your family's finances. It really is such a risky, high risk game, and even the very best traders in the world struggle from time to time. Paul Tudor Jones very recently has had to lay loads of people off from his hedge fund. One of the best traders, arguably the best traders in the world. Go back and read some of the books from the greats. They have spells where they're not making any money, or they've backed off, or they've just given up, or whatever it may have, given up for a couple of years and come back in. Just whatever it may be. So, you know, you've got to be very careful. You might involve in trading when you're in that phase. So if you're compromising your family's finances, if you're kind of remortgaging or all this kind of life savings, honestly, I really would urge anybody just not to do that. And if you're risking money, risk what you can afford to lose. Make some money from that and then risk that total, so that you're not risking, you know, capital that really is for something more important. It's such a risky business, guys, and even as I say, at the risk of repeating myself, the best in the world go through phases where they're just not on form, or this market's not in the zone they want to trade, or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just a point of that happens all the time. Another one on the same kind of lines, and it might put you off. If it puts you off, it's probably not the video for you. I don't gamble. Now, I know that trading is a gamble. If you could, how you define gamble? Everything's a gamble. Crossing the road's a gamble. You know, you might be crossing the road and some guy on a stolen motorbike comes and you haven't seen him and he knocks you over, or whatever. You might fall out. Everything's a gamble, guys, if you're going to define it like that. But what I mean is, don't gamble as in, when you're gambling, you're kind of looking for the win. You're looking for the thrill of the win. That shouldn't be your aim as a trader. You know, trade professionally with a specific strategy and let the kind of mugs have a punt on stuff. By all means, you know, trade based on whatever theory you have, but understand where your weaknesses are and strengths are, and approach it from a professional perspective, because you'll make far more money that way than if you go in and just think, oh, I think this company's going up, buy, or I think this is going down, this currency is going down, sell. You know, because not only was that not really structured enough to, you know, the chances of you making money with that long term are probably 0.001, but you can't improve from that because you haven't got a record of why you took the trade. Because you've got a record of stuff and say, well, actually, I've had a losing spell and these are the ones I've took. Well, actually, if I took out that one, and that one, that type of trade, I would almost have a strategy then that's profitable. And if I added that, and that, all of a sudden you've got yourself a profitable strategy. So, you know, don't gamble. Try and avoid that kind of tendency. The other one I've got here is to stay positive. Listen, we all go through spells and it can get you down at times trading. If you've been doing it for a number of years, you're going to know this. If you're new to trading, you may have experienced some of this, but there are times when you just feels like you can't do anything right as a trader. You're struggling away, you're hammering away, you're losing money, seem like you're doing the right things, it's frustrating. You've got to kind of keep that positive self-talk going, lift your head up, keep focused, keep on the discipline, keep on the right track, keep with the plan, stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. Because eventually most traders I know who are still in the game after, let's say, 10 years plus, have had a break of some sort where they've got a really good run and it's just been sticking out that pain point to get to the point where, hey, it's click now, off I go, I'm going to make a big run. So I'm not going to go into too much depth about that because that's a massive topic all in itself. But if I just leave that with you, stay positive and kind of look at the good things you're doing in your trading, even if your P&L perhaps doesn't represent what you think is a successful trader. Oh, this is another good one. Don't be afraid to take a break from trading. I'm not going to stick on the board, guys. Days, weeks, months, years. It's not quitting. If you want to take a week off, fine. If you want to take a year off, fine. It doesn't mean you've quit trading. It's the sensible man, woman, trader, whoever, who says, you know what, I just want to take a break from it now, or I'm only looking for this specific thing. And that's not quitting the game. It's keeping what you've got and then going back in when the time's right. And if you want to go back in aggressive, you want to go back in aggressive. Or you trade less or you trade more frequently. It's not a linear thing, guys. It's not a static, should I say. It's very fluid trading. Sometimes you're trading very much a lot. Sometimes you're trading a little bit, a lot, a little bit, medium, whatever. You know, that's my point, is that don't be afraid to, if you have been trading very, very aggressively, don't be afraid to say, well, you know what? I think I'll take a step back now, keep what I've got, markets change conditions a little bit, or I'm not really feeling it. and come back later, whether later is the next few days, weeks, months, or years. It doesn't matter. I know at least 2 traders who have taken breaks like that, who've made very good money, taken breaks, done something different, then come back into the market, continue to make good money, and one of them is still in the market now, the one takes a break again. Why not? It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, guys, it all comes down to the same thing I talk about. It's making the most money you can out of the markets with the least risk possible. So that's kind of it. Okay, guys, next one I'm going to talk about, this is a bit more of a general one in the next video. And this is interesting. I'm probably going to group these last 2 together because they're pretty similar. But I'm going to talk a little bit about strategy in the next one. So your methodology, how about the usefulness of a demo account, being quick to adapt, this kind of thing. Again, touching them little tips and stuff, not going really deep into this stuff. But if you do like this kind of thing, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, because I will do more of this content depending on which videos get likes, which don't. If you don't like it, that's cool. Check out the next one, check out the previous ones. Another video coming up, guys. This is going to be a good one. And don't forget also, somewhere, if I can remember, here is it, or here, might be here or here, I'm hedging my bets, I'm a trader. There's a subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, and then you'll get to see all the videos as they come out.